Alexa, play the song Taj Mahal.
Shuffling songs by Taj Mahal.
There's an artist named Taj Mahal. Happiness. That's what we should all be aiming for. Okay, Cakenistas. I've got my lights on. A nice little caramel sugar-free iced coffee that I made. No ice though. That didn't work out, but it's still quite delicious. Does coffee give anybody else heartburn? Oh, okay. Y'all were so happy to see a cake tale. And I love telling them, so I figured that I would give you guys another. The truth is, I thought that I had ran out of cake tales. I really did. And then I realized I've got over 10 years of experience doing this. Everything can be a cake tale, you just have to tell it the right way. I have a nice little cake tale for you guys. I feel like this is a good, positive cake tale. Okay, this cake tale takes place at a time when we were very short on cash flow. I was a struggling student. We were just trying to make ends meet. Each order was detrimental, and I feel like I was promoting myself so heavily on Craigslist at the time. So many random people were calling me. So this lady calls me. I'm gonna do it like they do today. This is what they do today. They don't do this anymore. Hello. Hello, Marisha. I saw your post online on Craigslist. And I was like, yes. You make wedding cakes? And I was like, I'm doing some wedding cakes. And she's like, I really, really, really need your help. Why? People always come to me with emergencies. Like I'm the last option. Thankful regardless. So I was like, okay, what's going on? She was like, all right. She took a deep breath. It got quiet on the phone and I'm just like this, you know, waiting. I need for you to make my wedding cake. She's kind of nervous, and because she's nervous, it's making me nervous because I'm like, what are you about to ask me, lady? She said, do you know the Taj Mahal? Yeah, I do know of the Taj Mahal. She's like, yep. And I'm like, yep. She's scared to ask and I'm scared to know. Mutually scared right now. She finally spits out, I need a Taj Mahal wedding cake. I'm sorry. You need a what? A Taj Mahal wedding cake? Like a wedding cake that looks like the Taj Mahal? I said, give me one moment, please. Just one moment. So I get on my phone and I Google Taj Mahal. I just need to remind myself how crazy of a request this is right now. My head wants to say no, but my mouth just wants to say, okay. So I look at other Taj Mahal wedding cakes real quick. All I can think of is Aretha Franklin saying, ain't no way. I'm gonna call her Clara. Clara. I'm so sorry. I simply don't have the tools and supplies or space to make this kind of technical cake. She said, oh no, 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 no. And I'm like, I thought she was about to have a mental breakdown. It's hard planning a wedding and planning a wedding cake, especially if you're the bride. Okay, this was the bride calling me. No, 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 no. You know, I was trying to let her get it out. There was nothing for me to say. And then she said, no, Marisha, just hear me out. Hear me out, please. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna hang up on you. Listen, I have asked every bakery. Now, how many times have I said this in a cake tale? In the area to do this cake. And they all denied, which for me, that's a telltale sign. Maybe I should deny also. For them to say no, 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 it would make even more sense for me to say, I'm so sorry. So she says, listen, it does not have to be like the actual Taj Mahal. I just need it to be reminiscent. She said, Google the Taj Mahal with me. And I'm like, I'm looking at it. That's why I said, I don't know about this. She said, look, look. I just want something with the gold and the pillars and the dome with the pointed top. I'm not asking you to perform a miracle. I just want a Taj Mahal inspired cake. We sat there. I feel like we were just listening to each other breathe for a little while because I'm trying to wrap my head around this. I don't want to say yes. Like once I say yes, that's it. I was like, all right, can I just send you some pictures to see where we are, where we're meeting at? What are we doing? You know? She said, yes, that is completely fine. I said, okay. I think I Googled the most simplest Taj Mahal cakes. sent them to her, and she was like, yes, that's perfect. That's all that I would need. I think I can make it happen. I think. I'm gonna try. I don't know. If it's ugly, don't get mad. So now she tells me, make the 2 top tiers edible, make the bottom tier styrofoam. You know. And then it hits me, if it's styrofoam, that's easier because you could just sit the other cake right on top. You don't have to worry about the dowels. I only needed to feed, I think it was like 30 people, 30 to 40 people. She didn't want to feed everybody with that cake because she also wanted a sheet cake that was just with buttercream rosettes on it, just a small quarter sheet cake. Then she wanted to know how much that was gonna knock off the price of the cake. That's not too bad. Let me work it out. Let me draw something up. I would put majority of the work on that bottom styrofoam tier and then just a simple pillowy diamond design on the middle and then do the dome. I wanted to keep it simple enough so that it was realistic for me to do, but I also wanted it to look technical. The whole theme of the wedding is royal. It's an Indian wedding. You know, they do it big. They go lavish. I just want somebody to invite me to an Indian wedding, please. The top tier was gonna be like this lacy, I don't even really want to call it lace because it wasn't truly like a lace look. It would give that whole effect of I did something, and that's what I really wanted to give her. I only charged her maybe $250 for this cake. My prices reflected what I thought the quality of my work was, and that probably wasn't even a true reflection, but if I messed up, I just didn't want people to feel like I put out so much money. The sheet cake, by the way, I could have done that so much better. At that point, I was probably baking for 3 or 4 years. 4-year into it me versus 10, 11 year into it me, totally different. The best part about doing styrofoam cakes, you can work on it. You can let that fondant get nice and hard, and then you can do your actual cake a couple days prior. I sat at the dinner table every night for about 4 nights. Did the pillars all around the dummy tier, painted it gold. I think it was a vanilla on top and a chocolate in the center. And then she wanted the sheet cake, the quarter sheet cake, to be my honeysuckle flavor. That was definitely, I have to bring that back. That was one of my most popular flavors. This is how I know when a cake is truly like beautiful looking. I sit it on my counter and then I walk away. I come back and I look at it, and if it makes like hearts in my eyes, like love at first sight, then I know job well done. If it doesn't, no thank you. This definitely gave me lovey-dovey hearts. I would have loved to have filmed this cake, but it was such a big question mark. I was pretty much guessing my whole way through it, and I just really wanted to focus on the cake. I wanted to give her the best possible Taj Mahal inspired, somewhat kind of themed cake that I could. I remember when I put on that middle border, just brought the whole thing together. I had my friend come and pick me up and drive me out to the venue. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I knew it was gorgeous when I no longer saw buildings. I didn't see people anymore. I saw deer and grass. Something out of a Hallmark car. Like, we drove up and it was this gorgeous fountain. And then there were 3 deer around the fountain drinking the water. And this beautiful freshly mowed green grass. When I say the most gorgeous venue ever, I was like, we've arrived. It makes you feel proud, like they wanted me, you know? And I just felt like I'm here. Okay, so we walk in and I'm like, hi. I've got the cake, and I was very proud of it. That's a very lovely feeling when you've worked all night for 11 hours plus 3 or 4 hours the previous nights, and it all came together and you're proud of your work and you can walk through with it. Then we get to the entrance of the ballroom and I'm like, hi, and they're like, oh, hello, the wedding event planner. She has the cake and she's like, is that it? And I was like, yeah, this is it. Yeah, the cake was small. It was a 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch. That's like a large party. Look kind of small, but that's what she wanted. Nothing to do with me. So I just, I was like, yeah, no, this is it. And she was like, literally, it was like she wasn't about to let me in because I didn't have enough cake. And I'm standing there with the cake, and you know, cakes are heavy. That can't be it. Where's the rest? She's looking behind me like, no, there's nothing behind me. This is it. She said, oh, how is this supposed to feed 220 guests? I don't know. It's not for me to know. I said, here's a quarter sheet cake. Enjoy. A quarter sheet cake, that probably fed what, like 20 more people? The total amount of cake probably fed 50 to 60. She wanted to, you know, save money, so maybe she just said, look, my favorites get cake. Others can drink water. I don't know. Maybe they got cookies. It was almost embarrassing, but it wasn't for me to be embarrassed. It wasn't my embarrassment, but we sat it down on the dessert table. It looks so big when it's in your house. And then when you sit it down and we backed up, it looked like this little baby cake in the middle of this huge table. And I was like, wow. Like, if you're not looking for the cake, you're missing the cake. You're missing it. And then to make matters worse, the third tier is a dummy cake. It's not even, don't try to cut into it. She was like, what? So it's just 2 tiers of cake? Yep. Yes, ma'am. That's what your client asked me for. She was like, does she realize? Does she know what she's doing? Even so, what can I do? You know, she had already paid me that morning. Can I just say the room was stunning? We walked in and there was like a stage, and they utilized the stage by putting the thrones on the stage. All this gorgeous fabric, gold and red everywhere. I was wishing that she had told me that there was red in the theme, because I would have put that into the cake somehow. Maybe it was best that she didn't. But anyway. I never got to meet the bride. I didn't get to see her at all. Like, by the time I got there, it was like 2 or 3 hours before the ceremony began. So she was off somewhere doing her thing. That is so, I can make a mean iced coffee. I'm so glad that I said yes, because that boosted my confidence so much making that cake. It was so gorgeous, especially at the time. I was so proud to get that money, and it was so much hard work. I was so proud of myself when everything was said and done. After every cake delivery and every event, I always go through the Wendy's drive-thru, and I don't know why, but it's almost like tradition that I end my hard work off with chili. That's what I did. And I went home and I slept, and that was great. So I thank her for not letting me hang up that day. I'm glad that every other bakery said no. It would have been so much easier for them to make the cake than me if they had actually known her vision and understood it. It definitely pays to just be patient. When they entered the reception and saw the cake, she gave me a quick text. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I wanted. If you feel like you don't know if you could do it, you don't want to have a cake catastrophe, but push yourself a little bit as well. You have to push yourself so that you can evolve. The Cakeista comment of the day is going to go to Miss Clarmstrong plus 3 on my 2D fondant dinosaur shorty video. She said, pretty cool, thank you. You are welcome. And I was so thankful that I still had the clips of that video. I wanted to show you guys how to make that dinosaur, but it wasn't enough, you know, to make a full-blown video out of it. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It's cute. If you would like to be featured in the next video, just leave a comment down below. Say hello. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, please, and press on the notifications. If you have anything similar, just a situation that you were very proud of, that you really didn't think that you could do, comment that situation down below. Let's talk about it. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, Cakeistas. Alexa, have you ever made a wedding cake?
Would you like children's, fun, games, or education?
No.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Alexa, take me on home.
Sorry, I still didn't catch.
Alexa, get me out of here. I'm doing some wedding cakes.